Welcome back, Helldivers. It's good to see you again. Helldivers 2 received a special delivery of supplies featuring Killzone 2 items. As part of the collaboration, you find new armor, player card, title, and even a new weapon, the StA-52 assault rifle. Although it's been a few weeks now, and it has been removed from the store, I am very sure it will appear again in the near future for sale, so those that missed out, don't worry about too much. However, if you wish to know why this weapon may or may not be worth it, then I'm your man, as I'll cover the pros and cons to it, compared to other weapons, and provide a cohesive conclusion that should adjust your way of viewing it. Let's crack on. The StA-52 is a slightly higher fire rate AR that can be gotten for 615 credits, which is quite eye-watering to invest in. However, please note that the devs have looked at the feedback around the store pricing and will most likely make adjustments in the near future. Anyways, here are the general stats for the weapon. Damage 70, fire rate 790, capacity 56, recoil 19, and armor penetration light. The StA-52 performs exceptionally well against bugs, bots, and voteless in terms of mowing down hordes of enemies with little to no armor. Its fast fire rate and increased capacity allows us to deal with large groups of enemies fairly well with ammo spare, as long as you conserve your shots. Now, the weapon only has a single and full auto mode available upon activation, while also allowing you to use its flashlight, so its weapon customization is quite limited. This, however, isn't too huge of an issue, as you can easily burst fire the weapon on your own accord. Also to note, its recoil pattern tends to lift off to the right when firing for auto at targets. This is controllable within a 5 to 7 meter radius, as that should allow you to land a body and head shot, or a body and arm shot against a voteless. However, striving further out of ranges is where you'll need to burst fire comes in. Damage wise against the illuminates, a single voteless enemy, it can take them out within a single headshot, while body shots, it requires around 3 to 4. Against the overseers and elevated overseers who are more tanky, it can take roughly around 12 to 15 shots against their weak points to kill them. When aimed at their non-weak points, it can take a full clip and a half to kill them. Now, this isn't too bad, as it shows the weapon excels against non-armored units fairly well, while against armored units it can deal with them, but only depends on where you aim and land. Against the flying elites, for example, they tend to be more harder to hit because of how mobile they are. This can work against you if you have a bunch of them and then the voteless chasing you all at once. However, I will conclude that the weapon is best against the more organic enemies instead of anything too armored based. So stat wise, the StA-52 assault rifle is a slightly better AR-23 Liberator carbine with a higher mag capacity and fire rate, while also clashing with the Tenderizer in the near same instance. Comparing the three does show off what they're capable of, but not too much is changed given. Here are the stats for the Tenderizer and Liberator carbine. Tenderizer has a damage rate of 95, fire rate 600, capacity 35, recoil 10, armor penetration light. The Liberator carbine has a damage rate of 70, a fire rate of 920, capacity 45, recoil 26, and armor penetration light. So straight off the bat, the StA-52 has a wide advantage when it comes down to the fire rate and ammo capacity on the get-go. As shown, it can take out a wide number of light infantry within its large magazine size, while also allowing a sort of spray and pray method if things do get bad. Sort of like a Persuader SMG, but in a bigger format and a bit more stable. This, however, is where it tends to fall off when against the Tenderizer, as the weapon has a better recoil pattern to control your shots, which, as mentioned before, allows us to fire full auto better at longer ranges. Compared to the Lib carbine, which has a much higher rate of fire than the StA, it unfortunately suffers from a high recoil pattern and much lower ammo capacity. This makes using the StA a whole lot better in terms of function and practice, as you can attain from it as you're not too limited in how your weapon works compared to the Tenderizer and Lib Con. At the same time, the Tenderizer comes out with a much higher damage rate, which means taking on the overseers can require less shots needed, which is the basic core design of the Tenderizer overall. Sadly, it doesn't have medium penetration rounds, which would actually be pretty great for the Tenderizer. Now, if you were to include the new Urban Legends Warbond Scout Armor with their passive effects, it can actually become a whole lot better than the StA on higher difficulties, only because it fires slower, more accurate, and with a bit of extra damage to back it up. The style with the armor set will allow you to chew through armor without fully running out, and this goes the same for the Lib Carbine. But the new armor set with the following weapon actually is a perfect combo that a lot of people are probably sleeping on, which I highly recommend you don't. So with everything said and done, the ultimate question now is, should you buy this weapon the next time it's available? Personally, yes, but only if the price is reduced. This is a classic high rate of fire weapon designed for close to medium quarter combat. If you're the type of player who likes to get up close and personal, mowing down enemies with rapid fire, then the StA-52 is your go-to, while also offering some more range to it when compared to an SMG. Its fire rate makes it perfect for tearing through clusters of enemies quickly, plus its ammo capacity is pretty generous, so you're not going to run around in the middle of a firefight unless you deliberately burn through it. Now this weapon doesn't benefit from any support effects like stagger, so we can focus on the main firepower results. This weapon clearly performs best against illuminate due to the huge swarms of rollers and the ability to deal with the illuminate's medium enemies much better than the bugs or bots. Bot enemies may deflect the majority of the bullets straight up, and bug mediums have insane amounts of health that eat up a lot of ammo. Now of course if you stick this up with the new recent warbond and armor, then that's not much of a big issue, but if you don't have that armor set, it does kind of chew through your armor quite fast. Now, I'm not saying you can't use it against them, but it would be advised to pair up with a stratagem that can support against the heavy armor you face. Its wide spray control makes aiming at medium ranges fairly difficult, and focusing fire on illuminate overseers and flying overseers becomes a lot harder when firing full auto. If you're looking for accuracy, then the standard Liberator AR, Tenderizer and Scythe can offer you that and more. But if you want a better version of the Lib Carbine, which has a bigger magazine and more controllable rate of fire, then StA is the perfect mixture for that. And honestly, I like the weapon a lot. So there we have it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts on content shared, or generally like what was shown, then please leave a comment, a like, and subscribe for more future stuff. It was great seeing you again, Helldivers, and I hope to see you again soon.